You've been going to all your martial arts classes. You're getting pretty good at throwing all your punches and your kicks, and you're even finding success in sparring. But you're also finding success at getting hit in sparring. Seems like for every one strike you land, you get 1, 2, maybe even 3 strikes landed back on you. There's really one reason this keeps happening. Actually, there's a whole bunch of reasons, but today we're going to talk about just the one. We're going to talk about how your footwork is getting you hit, and I'm going to show you some secret ninja footwork that can help you disappear. Hey, before we move on, make sure you subscribe and tap the notification bell. Apparently, that's how YouTube knows I'm a real channel and I'm trying to build something here. So, please, I would appreciate the support. Anyway, let's get to training. There's a really simple reason we keep getting hit, and it has to do with the way we train. Normally when I train on a bag, let's say I go 1, 2, 3, kick, I default right back to my original position. This is for a whole bunch of reasons, but really it's just for convenience, right? It's easier for me to gauge distance if I always start from the same position. From here I know the exact length of my arm, the exact length of my kick. I know how much I have to move to adequately use this bag. But now, let's transfer that over to sparring. Let's say I do the exact same combination. 1, 2, 3, kick, and I default right back to my starting position. What have I told my opponent? I've told them that every time I land a strike, I'm going to default back to what I call the 12 and 12 position, which is where I'm facing directly 12 o'clock and he's facing 12 o'clock. And if you've never seen an analog clock, 12 o'clock is directly in front of you. Now here, we're having a fair fight. I have the equal opportunity to hit him as he has to hit me back. And this is the way you want to train not only with a bag, but with a compliant partner. You want to maximize the ability everyone has to hit each other, but not so in sparring. In sparring, I want to minimize his ability to hit me and maximize my ability to hit him. So, if this is his 12 o'clock position, I'm better off being anywhere else except for directly in front of him. So, the reason we keep getting hit is because of our habit of always defaulting back to our safe 12 o'clock range. There's a whole bunch of ways we can fix this. The easiest one is just to add some kind of follow-up movement after your strike. So I go 1, 2, 3, kick, and then I move back. Yes, I'm still more or less in a 12 and 12 position, but I'm outside the range of most of his strikes. But that's all pretty easy, and that's not what you clicked on this video for. You clicked on this video so you could learn some secret ninja karate moves, which is exactly what I plan to deliver. For today's footwork drill, I'm going to do it off of a lead leg roundhouse kick, but you could do this off of anything. You could do it off of a lead hook, you could do it off of a cross, you could do it off of whatever you want. The method of delivery doesn't matter. But I do find that it's easiest to figure it out off of a kick, so that's what we're going to do. So the combination we're going to start with, again, it's going to employ some tricky footwork. We're going to go double jab cross, but that one's not a straightforward double jab cross. Because if you notice, I'm not marching down at 12 o'clock here. I'm putting myself off at an angle. Slowly, I'm going jab, heel to heel jab, and then my lead foot is stepping out to 11 o'clock as I throw that cross. I've moved myself off angle of my opponent. From here, I'm going to whip my hips back toward my opponent and throw a lead leg roundhouse kick. Bang. Now, from here, it's important that I control the return of my kick. Because the worst thing I can do is kick my opponent and drop my leg with my head forward, opening myself up to a counterattack. The other thing I don't want to do is kick and throw myself backwards. That's fine to do to get some distancing, but I'm now so far away that I can't hit him back. I want to stay in range. So instead, what I'm going to do is throw my kick and bring it back down, putting it down right where I want it to. I'm trying to get as close to my original stance as possible. So I throw this kick, boom, bend my leg back, and put it down. From here, I'm going to do what's called a bow tie step. I'm going to push off the lead leg, and my rear leg is going to step laterally out to 3 o'clock, just like this. From here, I've now moved to the opposite side of my opponent. He thought I was over here, but now I'm over here. Do you see where the ninjutsu is happening? So, a little more speed. I go double jab, cross, kick, put the leg down, back over here. Now, from here, I'm set up with that big power cross, which is exactly what I want. I want to put myself in a position where I can throw a follow-up strike, and he has very little options to hit me back. Without the bag, this is what my footwork looks like. I go double jab, cross, lead leg roundhouse kick, step out to my 3, cross. One more time a little faster. 1, 2, 3, lead leg kick, step out to the side, bang. I want to be conscious of the way I'm throwing this kick. I don't want to throw the kick so hard and with so much rotation that it takes me all the way over, but I also don't want to throw just a straight up front kick. So I'm going to turn my knee to a 45-degree angle and extend my leg from there. That's going to give me the angle I need for the roundhouse kick while also giving me the control to bring it and put it back down where I want it to. So, once again, it goes double jab, cross, lead leg roundhouse kick, and put my feet down in more or less an L stance. One foot pointing at 12 o'clock, one foot pointing at 3. I don't want to land with my leg forward in a forward stance, we already talked about that, but I also don't want to throw my kick and land with my legs crossed. Here I'm off balance, and here any move I make is going to be very obvious to my opponent. So I go here, double jab, cross, lead leg kick, put it down as close to heel as possible, and this toe is telling me where it wants me to go, out to my 3, cross. What if I'm sparring with somebody who actually knows what they're doing and isn't going to be fooled by me stepping out to the side? What if they're able to track where my head is regardless of which direction I'm going in? In that case, what I need to do is change up where my head is. So we're going to take a cue from boxing. Because if this was a boxing combination and I went 1, 2, 3, this would just be a regular roll with a step. Notice what it's doing to my head. 1, 2, 3, I bounce off and I move my head. I'm changing my head level to come back with that counter. I'm going to add that in off of this kick. So I go double jab, cross, kick, and now I dip my head as I move to come up on the other side. That's adding an extra layer of deception to my movement. So once again, I'll go double jab, cross, big kick, sneak my head over, bang. I'm being careful here not to look down and put myself in danger of a counter kick. This is not what I want to do. It's a very slight squatting motion. I'm just barely moving my head, but that movement is going to make it harder for my opponent to track where I'm at. I'm not only trying to move my head out of his immediate line of sight, I'm also protecting myself from any kind of counter he might throw. You have to always assume the person you're sparring is at least as good as you are and probably has a few tricks up their sleeves. So for me, I'm almost always going to move my head. So again, I go double jab, cross, kick, move your head, bang. So like I said, I don't have to limit myself to only doing this footwork off of a kick. Let's try it off of just some punches. Let's say I'm here. Once again, I go double jab, cross. But now instead of following up with a kick, I want to follow up with a hook. So I come here, bring it over. From here, off of my hook, I reset like I'm doing a slip, then I step off to the side, there's my cross. It's the exact same movement, but I'm only doing it for my punches. Once again, I'll go double jab, cross, hook, step to the side, cross. And I can do this all day long. I'm just trying to shift around my opponent. I can come here and go double jab, cross, hook, step to the side, bounce around, boom, boom, here. You can move around as much as you want. The entire goal is to make you as invisible as possible. Yeah, I could throw a smoke bomb down, I could put on my mask and disappear and fade out into the shadows. That's fine, sometimes I do that. But right now, I'm just gonna move into his blind spot. So, one more time, I go double jab, cross, hook, step to the side, there's my cross, kick, ooh, another bow tie, bang. Let's say you're not as perfect as I am, and you throw this kick, and your weight lands forward. Let's say as hard as you try, you can't throw this kick and bring it back with balance, and you keep ending up right here with a heavy front leg. How do I do this? Can I still do the bow tie? No, you can't. But you can do some kind of other ninjutsu move. This is actually going to be a ninja boxing move. So I come here and I go double jab, cross, throw this kick, land heavy. Instead of trying to move to my 3, I'm going to move to my 9 towards the camera. What I'm going to do is turn this lead foot to my 3 and peel my rear foot around behind me. This is turning me around in the opposite direction. On the bag, it looks like this. Double jab, cross, kick, land out, turn the foot, peel around to the side. This is a championship boxing way of moving. But I have to be aware that just because I don't have the control to bring my balance back on the right leg doesn't mean I can throw this kick and land forward facing like this. I still need to bring my leg out. So I throw my kick and try to get some distance off of my opponent. Because now, when I pivot, I'm peeling out of the way of him. If I land right here, then my pivot doesn't actually move me. I'm still in front of him, I'm still in the danger zone. So, I come here, I go kick, land, pivot. Now I've moved out of the way. Let's try the whole combination. It'll be double jab, cross, throw the kick, land, pivot, bang. One more time. Double jab, cross, kick, land, pivot, bang. I have to pull this right leg all the way around to 90 degrees. If I only move this far, I haven't moved my head at all. And this is what I'm trying to move. I'm trying to move my center line away from my opponent. One more time, I'll go double jab, cross, lead kick, land heavy on the lead foot, peel around. Again, I'll go. Bop, bop, bang. Kick, quick pivot. Alright y'all, there were 2 quick and easy ways you can use ninjutsu, the art of deception, to get yourself out of the way of your opponent's counter strikes. And when I say ninjutsu, I'm really just talking about a combination of boxing and karate footwork. Because that pivot is straight out of boxing, and that bow tie footwork comes from Kyokushin karate. Every style has something valuable that we can learn. You just have to learn how to apply it to the thing you're trying to do. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content I'm putting out on this channel. I hope these tips and techniques are helping you improve in your training every single day, regardless of what style you train in. And if you're looking for a channel that combines the practicality of combat sports with the reality of self-defense and the fun of traditional martial arts, then please go ahead and subscribe, like, leave a comment, tap that notification bell, do all the things YouTubers need for you guys to show support. You have no idea how much that helps the channel. This has been Rob from Combat Self-Defense. I want to thank you for the hard work, thank you for the hard work yet to be done, and I'll see you next time.